All right, welcome to this explainer. Today we are diving deep into the essential teachings of Arogya Sadhana to build your absolute ultimate dietary survival guide for the rainy season. You know, when the monsoons arrive, the weather shifts beautifully, right? But that exact same shift completely changes how our bodies interact with the food we eat. So today, we're drawing directly from the insights of the late author Shri Shyam Lohbare, who mapped out exactly how we need to adapt our plates the minute those heavy rains start falling.
It's a pretty wild question, and honestly, one most of us just never stop to think about. I mean, we might absolutely love the cooler, damp weather, but that very same environment brings these hidden, microscopic threats directly to our dinner plates. The crazy thing is, the exact foods that kept you perfectly healthy just a month ago that can suddenly become the very things causing stomach discomfort or even worse, serious food poisoning. We really need to rethink everything we're consuming right now.
So here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll tackle the Monsoon Diet Challenge. Second, we'll look at the best foods to eat. Third, the foods you must avoid. Fourth, essential prep and safety. And we'll wrap it all up with the philosophy of health.
Okay, let's jump straight into Section 1, the Monsoon Diet Challenge and the hidden dangers in your food.
The core problem we're up against here is moisture. Sure, it ruins your commute, but worse than that, it creates the absolute ultimate breeding ground for worms, bacteria, and microscopic pests that we literally cannot see with the naked eye. When the air is just saturated with that high humidity, your food becomes incredibly vulnerable to rapid spoilage and contamination, often before it even makes it to your kitchen counter.
And this sets off a pretty intense chain reaction. Because heavy rains lead to damp crops, there's a massive spike in those invisible pests we just talked about. Well, to protect their livelihood, farmers are basically forced to spray significantly more pesticides during the monsoon. So what does that mean for you? It means your food arrives from the market covered in much higher levels of chemical residues than usual. You aren't just fighting off bacteria, you're fighting agricultural chemicals too.
Moving on to Section 2. Let's talk about the best foods to eat and build out your safe list.
So when you're strategically planning your groceries, you want to start with low-water veggies. Think bottle gourd, ridge gourd, snake gourd, and cluster beans. Then throw in some root vegetables like sweet potatoes and elephant foot yam. They are highly nutritious right now. For your spice rack, you really need to ramp up the ginger, garlic, turmeric, and black pepper to give your immune system a kick. And finally, load up on vitamin C-packed seasonal fruits. Jamun, pear, plum, lychee, pomegranate. These are fantastic for keeping your digestion strong and your antioxidants high.
Now, the underlying logic of choosing low-water veggies is actually super fascinating. Why exactly do they make the safe list? Well, it's because they don't trap that dangerous seasonal moisture. Since they're naturally drier, they spoil much slower in a damp environment. And maybe more importantly, they are incredibly light and easy for your body to digest, which is crucial because our digestive fire naturally gets a bit weaker during the rainy season.
Here's a really fantastic tip straight from the source material. Do not be afraid of the fibers in these seasonal vegetables. I know sometimes people avoid gourds because of those long, stringy, fibrous strands. But according to Arogya Sadhana, these fibers aren't harmful at all. Actually, they act like an internal broom. They safely sweep and cleanse your digestive tract, supporting really healthy bowel movements right when your gut needs the most help.
All right, let's flip it around for Section 3, foods you must avoid. This is the danger list.
You really have to skip leafy greens entirely right now, things like spinach and fenugreek or mayfi. Because of their massive surface area, they act like literal sponges that just soak up moisture and attract harmful microorganisms. You've also got to drop mushrooms from your diet for a bit. The damp weather makes them spoil at an alarming rate, creating a huge food poisoning risk. Brinjals or eggplants are notorious for hiding dangerous insects during the rains. And finally, raw salads are incredibly risky because they can carry live bacteria straight into your system.
To really get why extra care is needed, just think about everyday staples like cabbage and cauliflower. Their tightly packed leaves create this perfect, enclosed, dark, and damp trap for moisture and microscopic insects. A lot of these bugs are practically invisible and can easily survive deep inside the vegetable, even after a quick rinse at the sink. Compare that to the safe, dry gourds we discussed earlier, which are completely resistant to trapping pests. It's honestly a night and day difference when it comes to food safety. Oh, and there's another major hazard hiding right in your pantry, the humble potato. Because the ambient humidity is just so high, potatoes tend to sprout way faster during the rainy season. And when they do, they produce a toxic compound called solanine. You absolutely must watch out for this. Eating those sprouted potatoes can trigger severe stomach discomfort, vomiting, diarrhea, and really intense headaches. If it's sprouted, just throw it out. No exceptions.
Let's move into Section 4, Essential Prep and Safety. This is your decontamination protocol.
This 3-step decontamination protocol is hands down your absolute best defense. Step 1. Before you do anything else, soak your vegetables in a bowl of lukewarm water with a little bit of salt for about 10 to 15 minutes. Step 2. Pull them out and wash them thoroughly under clean running water. Step 3. Ensure you are cooking or steaming them completely. This precise method is exactly how you strip away those heavy pesticide residues we talked about and eliminate any lingering harmful microorganisms.
I really want to reiterate this rule because honestly, it goes against a lot of modern diet trends. Do not eat raw salads during the monsoon. Cooking your food thoroughly is simply non-negotiable right now. Heat is your ultimate purifier. Raw vegetables, no matter how well you wash them, just carry way too much risk of live bacteria during these damp months. So salads are completely off the menu until the weather changes and that humidity drops.
Finally, let's look at Section 5, the philosophy of health, bringing in some deep wisdom from Arogya Sadhana. Let's talk about the holistic mindset you actually need to stick to this diet. Drawing directly from the author, the foundational belief in Arogya Sadhana is simply trusting nature's intelligence. The text emphasizes that nature provides the exact foods that are most suitable for each specific season. So by choosing to eat what naturally grows and thrives during the monsoon, like those hardy, low-water gourds and vitamin C-rich fruits, you are automatically giving your body the exact nutritional defenses it needs to handle the environmental stress of the season.
There's this amazing quote from the text that perfectly captures the deep need for personal discipline. By pointing out that the tongue has no bones, the author symbolically reminds us that it lacks built-in, rigid restraint. Right? Therefore, we have to supply that restraint with our own minds. Maintaining strict self-control over our cravings, like, say, skipping that tempting but dangerous raw salad or those risky leafy greens, is fundamentally just as important for our long-term health as carefully washing our vegetables.
And of course, you've got to pair that internal mental discipline with rigorous physical hygiene. The text reminds us that true health starts with you. Meticulously washing your hands and thoroughly rinsing your mouth before every single meal is a simple, timeless practice. But during the high-risk monsoon season, this basic habit acts as a critical final barrier, drastically reducing your risk of introducing illness-causing bacteria into your body.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. The rainy season brings undeniable challenges, from invisible pests to chemical residues to toxic sprouting vegetables. But now you have the exact blueprint to navigate it safely. So, will you just eat whatever's convenient and let the damp season dictate your health? Or will you apply this wisdom from Arogya Sadhana, exercise that vital self-control, and take full charge of your well-being? The choice is entirely on your plate.